This one's wife. Clap, clap. Get off the red carpet. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This one's wife popped up again, predictable as ever, and this time because she heard a red carpet being unfurled somewhere, she made sure that she appeared. On this occasion, she was there because Tyler Perry was receiving an award. She wasn't presenting the award, she wasn't giving a speech, she has no notable media contribution, and yet she was there. As a consequence of her loose connection to Tyler Perry, it was deemed appropriate for her to attend. And as I explained in a preceding video, once again driven by her narcissism, she used the opportunity to assert control over those that were there and the expectant audience, along with the drawing of fuel from the responses of those around her. Opportunities such as these have started to become a little bit thin on the ground for this one's wife. As a consequence of her inability to understand why people dislike her, and the fact that she has no discernible talent, it means that many people are not interested in inviting her along to an event. Unless she purchases an award, or somehow elbows her way in as a +1, the opportunities for her to attend events has much diminished. This, of course, impacts upon her ability to manage her facade as a well-known and well-liked celebrity, reduces the ability to draw fuel, and, of course, impacts upon the ability to control. Where she's not fucking invited, that naturally wounds her, because she anticipates that she ought to be invited to particular events. Nevertheless, when there is an opportunity for her to attend an event, she goes at it like a starving man at an all-you-can-eat buffet, ensuring that she just doesn't appear briefly on the red carpet. Oh no, she milks that rascal for all it's worth. Ordinarily, an A-lister would give you 10 to 20 seconds, a few poses, there you are, thank you very much. They know their worth, and they don't need to milk it. Even those A-listers which are narcissists aren't requiring the level of fuel from those looking. They're going to get it from the adoration of the fans as they walk into the venue, of other people coming up and gushing over them. Oh, you darling, you were simply marvellous, etc. But for a fading star, such as this one's wife, because she doesn't have this opportunity particularly often, she needs to milk it. And thus she did. There's a short piece of footage which as ever is instructive in seeing the way that she behaves and demonstrating her narcissism, which I'm going to show you now, and then I'll break down. Here comes the footage.
Seating for the dinner and the program is now open. Please take your seats. Seating for the dinner and the program is now open. Please take your seats.
What do we see there? Well, this one's wife is on the red carpet with Tyler Perry and also the CEO of the Paley Centre for Media. It's an opportunity for her to assert control over the press pack and other people who might be watching. As you can hear, there's quite a clamour in the background. It's fairly busy. She also draws fuel by the fact that the cameras are pointed at her and they're clicking away. It's positive fuel because it's a form of appreciation. Thus, this situation is a good one for this one's wife. The press pack in taking pictures of her show that they are under control, and she is receiving fuel. It's all good for the narcissist. She is not being heckled. She's not being catcalled. You can see as ever, she can't help herself but try to direct people and touch people, asserting control through the use of her hands. It is then, however, after a number of seconds of them having their photos taken, that we see three interesting things. The first is the CEO and Tyler Perry walk off the red carpet, exiting to the right of the screen. Does this one's wife depart? No, she remains. She remains because she now wants more photographs. She remains because she wants to draw more fuel. She wants to continue to bask in that moment because they are not as often as they once were. As I mentioned earlier, the A-lister would be there 10, 15, 20 seconds and be gone. But with this one's wife, she wants to stay for longer. She, of course, has been photographed earlier. As I demonstrated in a preceding video, there were plenty of photographs of her when she was stood alone and then joined with Tyler Perry and the CEO. But here you can see she wants to remain on the red carpet, drinking in the fuel and milking it. This demonstrates the desperation of this individual. The second factor to notice is that she claps. Yes, what a goon. She stands there and claps. Claps what? Tyler Perry, well done, you had your photograph, Tyler. Clap, clap, go and have a lollipop, there's a good boy. Well done, CEO. You looked a little bit startled by all the flashbulbs, but you got through it. Clap, clap. Is it the case that she's patronising Tyler Perry and the CEO by applauding them as if they've done very well in performing? It's a possibility, but actually it's a manifestation of her self-absorption. What you're seeing is she's clapping herself. Because she is imbued with substantial positive fuel as a consequence of attention being on her, she feels powerful. She's fizzing. She feels good. And this means that in her head, because this is an effect of performance, although she doesn't regard herself as putting on a performance, but what she does regard herself is as having acquitted herself exceptionally well. Essentially, that went really well. Lots of photographs taken of me. I was seen with Tyler and the CEO. Go me. Thus, she claps herself. That is a momentary glitch. Ordinarily, the narcissism seeks to cause her to fit in. And here we see a glitch as she claps and applauds herself, demonstrating her self-absorption. The narcissism hasn't quite been able to keep it all together. The third aspect that we witness from this video is, as a consequence of her wanting to hang around and milk the fuel further, the relevant orchestrator or the organizer of the red carpet has to usher her off. We've seen this before, where she was almost pushed along the red carpet. One should imagine that for future events, should she be invited, they might get a long hook that they can pull her off by her neck. But here you can see that she's ushered away by the lady with the black bob. You notice the immediate reaction of this one's wife. There's a look of uncertainty, as if to say, who, me? This is the result of the challenge that comes by being told to move. She doesn't want to move. Her sense of entitlement tells her that she belongs there, and this is her moment, and therefore it is not acceptable. Nevertheless, the individual was not for allowing her to remain on the red carpet, and she had no choice but to be moved along, undoubtedly painting the lady who moved her black. Thus, in this short video clip, we get to see plenty of this one's wife's narcissism on display. The gurning grin as she milks all of the fuel as she has her photograph taken, the glitch as she applauds herself, and the response to a challenge as a consequence of overstaying her welcome once again, demonstrating her sense of entitlement, and her then being ushered along the red carpet. She's a nuisance. She's a pest. She hangs around. She's like that bad smell that you don't want hovering over you. Nevertheless, we once again see this one's wife attend an event, and her narcissism demonstrates various facets of itself, which also demonstrates how useless she is. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for watching.